there, Postal here. Today we are taking out the Tier 5 Chinese light fighter plane. This is the Tomahawk 2B. Yeah, so about that. You know, I need to start writing down who's requesting my freaking videos, so that way I can yell at them afterwards. This plane is not good. It is not good on so many different levels. Let me count the ways. First and foremost, it is a useless Tier 5 Chinese plane. So what I mean by that is, yeah, there's all the Chinese planes are premiums, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. IL-10M, a lot of people like that plane. It's a very flexible ground attack plane. It's gonna get you a lot of damage, gonna get you a lot of credits. Gonna be an enjoyable game because it's just a strong plane. JL1A, whatever the heck it ends in. It's a pocket MiG. It's a Tier 8 MiG-9. Tier 8 premium. Gonna get you lots of credits. Gonna have a unique game style. Gonna have a fun game style. Yada yada yada. Good God, there's a lot of people over here, and yet they're capping the other sector quicker than we are. This plane is not unique. It is not strong. Not good. It's passable. And so if you just got a passable plane, like, what's the point of it? Especially, you know, if you've got a passable plane and it's a European premium, or it's a premium that you're able to build pilots on of a tech tree that you're currently grinding down. Alright, you can deal with that. Boomerang's a prime example. Boomerang's weaker than a Spitfire one in all regards, but it's only slightly worse, and it's still it's British, so, you know, you'll be able to put in a crazy Spitfire pilot. You'll be able to build up your Spitfire pilot, or your Swift pilot, or whatever, right? This you're not building for anything. You're just kind of, you got it. So, you should not buy this plane. Do not get this plane. Do not waste your gold on it. Even if it's on discount, it's still not worth it, even at 50% off. There's so many better Tier 5 planes out there. There's just better Tier 5 premiums in general, which is fine. If it was on even footing, I'd say, you know, it doesn't matter that there's better Tier 5 premiums out there. Sometimes you just want to fly what you want to fly. You don't necessarily need an overpowered or super strong premium plane to be a happy camper, right? But, you know, having this be a Chinese plane severely hampers its ability to do anything, to really build upon anything, and, you know, as such, I can't recommend it. Now, let's actually talk about the plane itself. We're talking about the weaknesses of the plane, the issues that it has as far as tech tree is concerned. Well, let's talk about the actual plane itself, and another reason why I cannot recommend this plane, simply because the airframe and the guns and the is just bad. Did you like the P-40? P-40 is just wasting his time. Wasting my time, I guess. This is a weaker version of the P-40. It has worse guns, it has worse maneuverability, it has worse altitude performance, it has worse speed. So, yeah. What a freaking loser. This guy, seriously? Like, what a freaking waste of time. Okay. He's wasted my time and wasted his time. I guess he's giving me more time to talk about the actual plane. And now you get to see how it's worse than a P-40, because even this guy is slightly more maneuverable than me. But I was able to get the right angle. Alright, so we've gotten both the military bases, but this video is not about the freaking gameplay. At least not the you know, sector capturing, any of that kind of stuff. The plane itself overall is kind of weak. I just mentioned the Boomerang, which is like a slightly worse version of the Spitfire 1. But at least that has, you know, the same guns. It's got 20mm cannons. It's, you know, not quite as maneuverable, not quite as all that stuff as the Spitfire 1, but it's still got some things going for it. This plane really doesn't have a lot going for it. I mean, it's got airspeed, it's got good airspeed, it's got decent altitude performance. It is a P-40 for all intents and purposes. It's just kind of weak. And that being said, I'd say, well, get the frickin' P-40. You can get the P-40 without spending gold or, you know, silver on it. So the discussion point is, do not waste your credits, your gold or anything on this particular plane. If you happen to win it in a crate, yeah, I'm sure you'll play it a couple times. But other than that, it's really just not, it's not a worth it plane. Other than literally winning it, it's not a plane that anybody should go and get. So what should you do with this plane? Well, you should be at a higher altitude. You shouldn't be as low as I am right now. What is this guy doing? That P-40 did not want to hang around. He was doing pretty well. Why'd he quit? He can respawn. We've got a P-36 that's not playing, huh? That'd have been nice. Alright, so can we get this? I don't know. So what's really silly is we got this guy here who's being Pied Pipered by a bot. Like, why in the world is an SE-100 way over here? I've been getting really frustrated today, maybe the last couple days, with other people's gameplay. Like, why are we chasing... Like, look at where these guys are. Like, that guy's AFK, that's fine. The Spitfire 1, why are you there? What is the point of you being over here? Are you having any kind of positive impact on the battle? No. Is our SE-100 having any kind of positive impact on the battle by chasing an F4F across the battlefield? No. It just doesn't make any sense to me from a tactical standpoint. Maybe if it's squall line, that makes sense, you know, to get rid of a plane, but other than that, like, and even then, it's kind of, it's definitely questionable. Let's see if we can't get this, speaking of Spitfire, if we can't get this Spitfire knocked out. Luckily we were able to, even with our weak guns. Let's see if we can hang on to the center for long enough. We won't hang on to it for long enough to win, unfortunately. We'll be down by about 30 points or so. So I might just need to kill everybody. Right? These guns do have the ability to kill things, right? Alright, so let's go over here and let's see if we can't capture this. We can kill this I-17, maybe. And that guy. That guy. No, not the military base. I meant to hit F4, not F. Here, SE-100's over here. Perfect. Oh, good. We actually will win this game. It's a freaking miracle. This is a drama-filled game here. SE-100, yeah, good on him. Was able to move around a little bit. Don't do what the P-40 against me did. Definitely not recommended. Completely wasted his energy. It would have been different if he killed me, I guess, but I'm still not sure it would be worth it. I was obviously pulling him far away from the battle, and when I spawned, I'd be closer. But anyway, let's head back so I can rant more about this plane. Alright, so this hasn't been my best game that I've had in this plane this morning. But it's my most well-rounded game, and I hate, like, having... I don't hate, but I prefer to have a kind of show you a little bit of everything that a plane can do, rather than just showing you a really good game where I owned a sector or, you know, took advantage of bad gameplay from the enemy. So in this particular battle, Got 11 frags. We were able to defend sector, which was good. I've had a bunch of games where I wasn't able to defend sectors. This plane can do that, meaning it can attack sectors pretty well just because you can get from sector to sector relatively quickly. That's one of the perks of, P-40 wannabe. And this plane could do that in this particular section. We were able to get from sector to sector and help continue to cap. Only 380 capture points. Again, this isn't just my best across the best game, but I think this gameplay is going to show you kind of the most well-rounded aspects of this game. Let me GG Senator TH here, because he certainly carried. I mean, who am I to say what the Spitfire was doing wrong? Clearly, he got a lot of freaking personal points. I'm going to assume he sat in the center and spun around, which is, not a terrible idea. But you definitely need to be the mindset to be able to actually capture sectors. He only he captured one sector. So, yeah, he captured that center sector, and that was that. He got a lot of defense kills. Yeah, 11. But he wasn't able to really take advantage of more than just owning the center. And this is a prime example, especially this map with the two military bases. You can't just own the center. You've got to actually help defend one of the military bases, or else you're setting yourself up for the potential to lose. They probably could have won this game, but we were able to help the SE-100 snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So we're actually going to be comparing this plane to a lot of different planes. Not that you guys need me to reinforce just the pointlessness of this plane. As far as an in-game viable attack item, it's the bottom of the barrel. If you're going to get this plane, you're going to be getting it because it's a flying Tiger, because of the historical impact of the Tomahawk 2. And you're going to have it because of that. Not because you're trying to have a strong plane, not because you're trying to have a plane that's going to give you pilot points to help increase your tech line. So on the right here, we've got the Tomahawk 2B. It is quite literally, now keep in mind my Tomahawk 2B has my JL-1A37 pilot in there, so it's got extra maneuverability and extra airspeed. Just comparing it to a it's not spec'd, but maxed out P-40, you've already got less gun power, because again, remember the P-40's got all 50 cal machine guns, right? Yep, 6 of them. Whereas here you've got 2 50 cals and 4 30 cals. You have less airspeed, because remember, this is even boosted. You've got less maneuverability. Remember, this is boosted, slightly less. And you got the same altitude performance. So right there, you're already worse than a P-40. That's fine. Okay. Let's compare it to a BF-109E. BF-109E has got significantly better firepower. It's got the same airspeed. It's got much better maneuverability. And it has better altitude performance. Go with the BF-109E if you're going for a tech tree. So I'm going to take this one further. We're going to actually compare it to a couple of multi-rolls. F4F has the same guns as a P-40, so you're missing out on their guns. All right. Of course, it's got bombs and rockets. 6 rockets, I believe. You have more survivability. Your airspeed, slightly less. Okay, I can understand that. Your maneuverability is actually going to be slightly better on the F4F stock than, not stock, but, not spec'd, as the Tomahawk 2B is not spec'd. The altitude performance is significantly different. But keep in mind, you and your Tomahawk 2B have to watch out for F4Fs. You think about that. You have to worry about being outmaneuvered, possibly being outsped, or at least not being able to easily get away from an F4F. And then the piece de resistance. Okay, well, now we're talking a bunch of tech tree planes. Let's talk about a premium plane, Postal. Like, whoopity-doo, anybody can get these. So, well, then let's compare it to this. Here's another P-40 premium. This one's a multi-roll, though. It's Soviet. It has the same 6 cannons we were talking about, so this is literally a P-40. But it comes with rockets. You've got 4 air-to-ground rockets that can conceivably be used for air-to-air, you know, on the off chance. You've got the same airspeed that you would in a Tomahawk. You've got the same maneuverability to start with as you've got in the Tomahawk. Yeah, you've got less altitude performance, but you know you can work around the altitude performance. This is basically this plane right here. Where are we at? This plane right here. I mean, look at it. They almost look the same too. This plane is the same as this plane, except you get rockets. You're getting rockets and you're losing altitude performance. Now the argument could be made, okay, that the altitude performance, you know, that you get with this plane is definitely worth it, and I could understand that argument. My argument against that, though, would be it's still a Chinese plane. What are you doing with it? Who cares? Like, great, you're kicking butt in a mediocre P-40. I would make the argument that if you're going to be spending gold or cash on a Tier 5 premium P-40, that you'd want to spend it on the P-40 M105. A, it's Soviet, so you can put any Soviet pilot in here. B, it's a multi-role, so you can, you know, you've got the ability to flip a sector with your rockets. I know we've all been at like a command center and can't flip the command center. You've killed all the enemy aircraft, and the command center, you know, there's still some items on the ground that need to be flipped. A couple rockets will do that. And so my argument would be, don't get the Tomahawk 2B. Get any various tech tree Tier 5 planes. Or go ahead and get a P-40 M105. You've got more flexibility with it. And that's that. Now, if you've won the Tomahawk 2B, like I was fortunate enough to do, I guess. I say fortunate with quotes around it. Then what you're going to want to do with this plane is honestly set it up for as you would your P-40. So mine's not specialized. Mine is set up with polished skin, and right now I've got the lightweight power unit on it. Once I've got it specialized, I'll put the uprated engine on it. But at the end of the day, you know, okay, however you want to set it up, it's a P-40. How do I've got my P-40 set up? I've got the uprated engine on this because I've got to specialize it to be able to make the Warhawk open up the airframe and the other engine slot. So it is the thing about a premium plane is you've got more equipment slots available right off the bat. But eventually, you know, the P-40 would be specialized and the Tomahawk will be specialized, and they'll have the same amount of slots open, and the P-40 is just going to be that much better. Yeah, so I'm done ranting about this this plane. If you like the P-40, this isn't a bad plane. I mean, it's slightly weaker across the board. The thing that really kills me about it, if this was the Soviet version of it, if this was some sort of like, you know, Lend-Lease British plane, heck, even if it was just a some sort of, you know, underwhelming, heck, even if this was some sort of underwhelming American P-40, I'd say, okay, you know, it's weak. There's better planes out there as far as premiums are concerned, but I mean, at least there's a use to it. The thing that really makes this plane pointless is that it's Chinese, and there's just no viable reason to fly this plane. I've got any number of other Tier 5 premiums, even, that I could fly. Ones that I've won, ones that you can buy. I mean, look at them all. Like, literally, like, this plane's better, 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 no, this plane's better. I don't know, I can't say this plane's better. This plane at least goes really, really fast. For Tier 5, so let's get that going for you. N210, that's definitely better. A603, definitely better. LM's probably better. Hang on, it's really better. For K2B, heck yeah. 40 million sure, S200, definitely better. I'll take A10C and A, we're talking. That's fine, but still, that's fine at least. It's not going to be plain, but it's fine. Tomahawk 2B, every time I flew the Tomahawk 2 today, it's not better. There's no better. I know this is going to be, because we got to get it. This is my first flight. So I've learned a couple things. A, I need to make sure that I'm marking down whenever anybody's requesting a video in my Discord, which, you know, feel free to hop in my Discord, link in the description below. I need to mark who requested it so that way I can pick on them for making me fly a friggin' Tomahawk 2B or the SU-9 or whatever you guys want to make me fly. But I've also learned this is why now I know why I haven't flown this in a while, because it's just there's no use to it. There's no point to this plane. So yeah. I'm done. Have a good day. Bye.